Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I uploaded a video, but I wanted to pop on and share my 5-year journal because I believe I mentioned it in my last these are the journals that I'm currently using video, and I did say that I was probably going to do an in-depth video on my 5-year journal and my dream home journal and maybe some other journal, but I haven't done that yet, and I figured I have time this weekend. Let me film a few videos. And so I have here what is my current 5-year journal. I think I did share it like in other videos for like other things, but the beginning of March of this year, decided to keep a 3-year journal that I DIY'd in this tiny little Muji notebook. And it's just like one of those daily Muji notebooks, and I basically just DIY'd the 3-year here. And since I did it like the Hobonichi, where you have the years here and then this blank page, mine is like a little cut apart because I'll show you why, but blank page, I was only able to get half the year in this. And so around like, I want to say like May, I was looking for another one of these Muji notebooks. This is like the high quality daily Muji notebook. And it's like undated, so I use stickers that I cut on my silhouette to like put the dates in and everything. But like, I think it was like May, June of this year that I went hunting. I went to basically every Muji store in New York, well, Manhattan, and none of them had it, right? And so I remember Lydia from February and June, she had purchased a 5-year journal from Typo. So I went on the Typo website and I was able to get this journal, which is not actually just this journal, but I was able to get this journal, which I have already covered, off of Typo. And I got it for like $11, and this is how it came. It came in this cover, and what I did was I had covered the original cover with fabric. And this was the lovely fabric, and the inside had this green, and it was like a purple cover with like this green writing on it that said like reflect and collect or something like that. And yeah, so I had covered it, and my intention was to transfer over all this into this. And so let me just open this up and show you. So the pages, I don't even have a blank one. Oh, I do have a blank one. I have October. So this is how it came, and it was just a journal just looking like this, right? These are just the plain pages. And so my intention was to stamp, because I know that when you add things to big journals like this, it'll get really chunky, case in point. But my intention was to stamp the date, the month and the day, and then have the years like write it in or maybe put a sticker on this side. And so I had first did that in January, and you can actually see it through the washi tape here. I hated it. I hated how it looks. I'm not a very good stamper, and so I absolutely hated it. And so the only way to like fix that in my mind was to washi the entire like top. So I did it for January. And I knew that if I continued doing that, it would get bulk up. The book will just chunk up so fast. But I continued doing it, and I really loved it because I used a different floral washi tape for every month. And so January is all this beautiful Amity Bloom washi, February is this Amity Bloom washi, and then March is this Planner Society washi, and then April, Amity Bloom, and then there's a Planner. So I think I use mostly Planner Society washi, because that's Planner Society. That's also Planner Society. This is a mixture of Planner Society and then something that I got at Michael's. I got this, I feel like this is an MT tape. I got it at Kinokuniya, so it's one of those brands. Like, this is a mixture of Planner Society and a Maggie Holmes. October's, which I haven't done all of October's, is this Felicity Jane. November is all this Maggie Holmes. December is Planner Society. So each month I ended up covering the top in washi tape, and then I printed off, let me get one that's like intact, stickers that say the month and the day, and then I made these yearly stickers on my silhouette. And so what I did was I just printed it off for the whole year so that I can just put them in the corners and then date. Like basically cover up where it said year. You see how it says year here? I just covered it up with the date because I kind of like how that looks better. These are my stickers. So all I have left is to put in the year stickers in. So have that there. So yeah, I started doing that. I started doing that in this journal. And mind you, this was the original. This is how thick, it was. My intention was just to stamp, just to save that space for, things getting bulked up, but it didn't happen that way. I loved the washi though. I absolutely love the washi. That this is how big my journal got. It got huge that I ended up just ripping it off of that cover and just making this cover. So my cover is not, it's not final. It is not complete. Like I can literally just rip this off, but I just did chipboard and covered it in fabric and then just kind of double-sided tape. I actually did glue it and then I ended up pulling it off and putting it back on, pulling it off, putting it back on, that it just died. The glue, the fabric glue. So I just have double-sided tape here for now because I have a feeling that this is going to just, if it's not going to grow more, it's going to need to be kind of repositioned in the cover once it's getting chunky. And so I just didn't want to commit to the cover, but I knew that it just wasn't happening in here. It just couldn't fit in this anymore. And so I have it here in this cover and you can see like it's all wonky because I have all this tape up here and then I have nothing over here. But I am certain that as the years progress, this is going to get kind of big as well. It's just that everything's on the top because I'm doing this year. And so I wanted to start a 5-year journal, or I wanted to start a 3-year journal. I actually wanted to buy a Hobonichi 5-year, but you have to get them from the Hobonichi store and they're expensive. They're expensive, and then shipping from Japan, it's expensive. And I didn't want to invest in something that I may not like, right? And so that's why I DIY'd it. And then I got this journal for like $11. And so I was just like, you know what? Let's try the full 5 years and just transfer everything that I did. So I ended up starting this in July because like in this book in July, because that's when I got it. And as I've been keeping up with it daily, I've also been going back and filling in the previous days. For January and February, I don't have much because I did start this in March. And honestly, I could have just started from March, wherever, March 1st or whatever. But I don't know. In my head, I'm just like, January is the first of the year, so you have to do it in January anyway. So my January is kind of blank. And I was going to go back in here and probably journal about my one little word that I chose for this year. And so most of January is pretty blank. I did, I was able to go back from like my personal journals, my little everyday journal that I keep, and like from just notes that I make in my planner and stuff, and like kind of fill in certain days, but for the most part, the beginning of the year has empty spots, right? And I did go through like my photos on my phone, because I have this app called CoStar. It's like one of those silly little horoscope apps, but like it gives you like a little thing, like a little, I don't even know what to call them. Like it sums up your day in like a sentence or two. And then it does this little section that's like an icebreaker that according to your like birth chart and whatever, this is you. And some of them are so like kind of relevant to my life in that moment. And then some of them are just like really cute and like, yes. And then some of them are like, this is really funny. And so those types, I tend to screenshot them. And so I figured, you know what? The days that I screenshot them and I don't have any writing, I'll just print them out. And so I had made a little template to like fit into here, to fit into this section. And so since I had been doing that in here, when I was transferring things over, I just basically cut out the photo and just cut it down to fit in here. And then it doesn't fill the whole space, obviously, because there's different sizes. So I've just been decorating with stickers and stuff like that. I already did the washi. So on these pages, I can go all out and like fill them up with pictures and stickers and all kinds of stuff because it's going to be fat anyway. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been going back. I've been transferring my what I've written here into these little spaces, and then adding those extra little screenshots of things. And then the places that I don't have any journaling, I just kind of left blank. And I think when I shared it in my currently the journals I'm currently using video, someone suggested I can add quotes, I can do little drawings, I can put washi tape, I can do a bunch of things. Like this I took from my Instagram, and it's just a quote here, and so I just put stickers. Again, these are those little co-star things. This one said be a poem, and I really loved that because I was doing, this was February, and I was getting really into Liz Lamoureux, and she loves poetry, and I was like, oh, I'm going to start reading poetry again, and so I thought that was fitting. So little things like that. And so I have been going back and filling up my days, and you can see like there's long stretches where I don't have anything. And so it's going to be interesting when I start next year, because I'm trying my best to like keep up with it daily, but you'll see like further in currently I do have places where they're empty, and I think it just will be interesting to see how that looks like next year, because I wanted this to be fun. I wanted this not to be so not stressful, but like it's the scrapbooker in me. When I start a project and that it's like daily, and like I miss certain things, I feel like I fell behind, and I hate that. I hate that feeling. And so I'm trying to be very kind to myself and like not get so hung up over this, having blank spots. And then some days I do it like really well, and like I'm like on the ball and have like all these things. And so I've been doing little, like these were pages. So you know how I had that blank page, like the Hobonichi on like one side here? I was doing little like collages and stuff. And so what I did for this one, I just made them into tip-ins and put them in, because I can't really collage here because I have the other years. So I made a little tip-in, and if I need more journaling, I could do journaling there. I've been putting in the photo collages. So some days, if I have a lot of pictures from that day, I'll just make these little photo collages. I got this idea from James Luke Burke. And so my inspiration for keeping a 5-year journal is James Luke Burke. I will leave his YouTube channel in the description box below, but I absolutely love James, and I think I've mentioned it multiple times in different videos. He is amazing. He is so talented. He does a lot of art journaling, mixed media, and drawing videos if you like that sort of art journaling style. But he does keep a Hobonichi 5-year, and he tends to do these little collages for certain days, and it's just, I don't know, I love his Hobonichi 5-year, and that's what I really wanted to jump into this. But I know me, like once I start a project, sometimes I just abandon it because that's just how I do. I don't know why, but surprisingly, this has not been the case. I have been trying my hardest to come in here and journal every day. This is another tip in. So I think for the changing of the seasons, I'm going to have like a little tip in. But I've been coming in almost every day to write something down. And it's just like a little snapshot. So in my journal, in my little A6 journals, I don't tend to journal every day because sometimes I just don't have anything really to journal about. So I don't journal every day. I pick this up when I have a lot to say, or I want to art journal or something. That's when I usually pick that little one up. But this type of journaling has gotten me to sit down and just kind of reflect how I feel that day. And so usually when I open this up, I said, oh, nothing happened today. This is how I feel about whatever, and just whatever else I'm currently thinking of. And so it's kind of like a little snapshot. And for the most part, I've been journaling my feelings a lot more in this, but like very briefly. And if there's something that I really need to flesh out, that's when I go to my little journal and I write it out. Like I think yesterday I wrote out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of journaling. And so that's kind of what this is for. This is for like memory keeping, events in depth with pictures and journaling, sort of scrapbooking in my journal. This is for long form writing that I just need to get out whatever it is and I need space to do it. This is for if I want to do an art, like experiment with paint and want to do an art journaling page or whatever. That's what this sort of everyday sort of journal is. I don't journal it every day, but it kind of is like a hodgepodge of all the things that I like. It's memory keeping, art journaling, sometimes junk journaling, and then straight up journaling because I have become a journaler in that way. But this is more of just like a brief little synopsis of what has happened in my day. I add pictures, obviously, but this was I think I had signed up for Art Journaling the Magic. And so I drew this a long time ago and I tore it out of whatever I drew it from and I just had it lying around on my desk. So in it went because it is the little dormouse from Mad Tea Party from Alice in Wonderland. So I think this is all Art Journaling the Magic. My birthday. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on and show you how I've been keeping this. Like this needs a sticker here because I don't have any journaling for that, so I just kind of have to put a sticker there. But I've been trying my hardest to keep up with things. These are my little art notes that I usually make and like leave about. I have a video on it. So I just kind of printed it off here just to have, you know, things. Blank page, it's okay. This was the beginning of Art Journaling the Magic in May. Was it May? Was it May? Oh my god. Okay, it was in May. This was the spring retreat. Inside is a picture of my journal that I kept. I have some of the stickers. Some of these are by, I think these are April Gleason, and this is Mindy Lacefield. This is what I ended up drawing for May the 4th, Star Wars Day. This is a tip-in of my artist trade, and I just kind of tipped it in there. And I kind of love these April Gleason turning red stickers. This is one of the gifts, the teacher gifts in the class. So since this was all Art Journaling the Magic, I just kind of did that. So I know looking in here, I was like, oh yeah, I did Art Journaling the Magic those couple of days because it's all like Disney stuff, right? This page, I have this tip in here of all the different Amity Bloom washi tapes that I purchased. I actually got it on the 7th, and so I had this, I just literally ripped off the page from that little book because I wanted to keep that there because that'll tell me, oh yeah, that's when I got a bunch of Nazi's beautiful washi tapes. And then I wasted so much washi tape to swatch them out anyway. I want them in my journal, you know? And what I really like about these little tip-ins is that I can always use this section for journaling for any of the other upcoming years. And so this is May, and in my finish, I am not finished transferring. That's what happened. I'm not finished transferring, so yeah, May 10th. I have May 10th to like July or the ending of June left to finish. So I have all like the rest of May to finish transferring, and I think the only thing I did was added the pictures or whatever the images that I had here. So like I went to Tennessee around this time, and so I have some pictures from when I was in Tennessee, and I just kind of put them there. It's more Tennessee photos. I just have to add in the journaling from the journal. Yeah, I think all of June is kind of like that as well until the end. So I think from May 10th to June 21st, I have to still fill in, but everything else is filled. This is when I had COVID. So I had COVID day 0, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, 8, 9, 10, and then, yeah, COVID free. It's insane when I got COVID. Completely insane. I was sick. Well, I wasn't even sick. That's the thing. I never got sick, like with a cold or anything. I felt really crappy, I think, day 0, day 1, and day 2. I put day 0 because that's when I first woke up feeling really crappy, but I tested negative. Day 1, I officially tested positive, and I was still feeling really crappy. And day 2, I felt really crappy. Day 3 was a little bit better, but I still kind of like stayed home. Well, obviously I had to stay home, but I mean stay in bed and like whatever. By day 4, I was completely fine, but it took from day 4 to day 12 to test negative. And so it's crazy. It's crazy. Thank God I'm fine, but yeah. So that's that saga, you know, there. And then, yeah, so you can see like I missed that day. I missed the 14th. And the 15th. I miss July 18th. But I've been trying my hardest to kind of keep up with it daily in the present. Some days I'm just so busy that I forget, and then like if I miss, like, say, usually, okay, so I missed the July 29th, but I wrote in July 30th. I didn't write July 30th on July 30th. Chances are I wrote July 31st, remembered what I did the previous day, but couldn't remember anything from that day. And so a lot of the times that's what ends up happening, is that when I miss a day. And then sometimes when I miss a day and I have these lovely screenshots, in goes the screenshot, because that is just a snippet of what was, what had occurred. So like, this is another co-star thing. So how do I explain this app? It's a horoscope app. I use it to just see my birth chart because I like that. I find some of the horoscopes to be really, really funny, and sometimes I find them to be completely inaccurate, and then sometimes I find them to be completely on point. There's a section of things that you should do that day and things that you shouldn't do. I always love screen capping the ones that have things that I should do that I like the idea of. So for this day, it was like, do the ocean, use bookstore, and naps. I loved that, and so it went in here. And so that's kind of how I screenshot those things. And I just kind of like having that little tidbit there. I do need to go in and put stickers, because honestly, I know that I have a lot of like blank spaces on the days that I didn't fill up this year, but towards the ending of 2026, I want the whole page of this journal, every single page covered in stickers and writing and photos. Like, that is my whole goal at the end of this 5-year journal journey, is just to have the entire page filled up. So I want to fill up all the little white spaces. What I would really love to do is start drawing in here, but honestly, I've been doing a lot of like art journaling and magic retreats and a lot of James Luke Burks' class, and that's all journaling, art journaling, like not journaling, drawing or painting, sort of mixed media, mostly Disney art journaling style. And I've noticed that it takes me forever to draw something and like finish it. And so I'm not sure I'll be drawing anything in here. I think mostly it would be a lot of like memory keeping, putting in photos and stickers and things like that. So I did James Luke Burke's Virtual Voyage 7, and these are all his lovely little stickers. And so I put a sticker for each day that was Virtual Voyage. And I did write in it. But this guy is so freaking talented. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. That was a fun voyage too. I really enjoyed that one, which I still need to finish off because there are a couple of things in my journal. Where's my Virtual Voyage journal? This is the one that I kept. Maybe I'll show you this soon eventually. But there's a bunch of things, like I finished a lot of stuff, but there's assignments that I need to finish, or drawings I need to finish. There's assignments that I need to do. This is one that I really would love to finish. Like, this is just my drawing, but I need to go over it in pen, but I didn't own a thick waterproof black ink pen. So actually today I went to Blick and got me one so that I can finish that. So maybe I'll finish that in a video. That would be interesting because I don't think I've ever done a video like that before. I don't think I've ever shared actually my drawing journaling stuff, like, I mean, that's James. Look, that's James. He is so talented. These are like coloring pages that he gave us, but like my drawing stuff, like I don't think I've ever shared any of this on my channel. And I think it's just because it's honestly, I spend so much time drawing something that I'm just like, oh my God, that video would need to be sped up like 4 times. And I know this is getting really long, this video, but I just kind of wanted to come on and share. I don't know where it was. I'm here. This is me currently. So as of today, I think today is the 3rd, so I didn't do yesterday's. So what I'll do is when I go to journal about today, I will go ahead and journal about yesterday because I do remember yesterday. And so at least I'll have that finished. So that's how I catch up, is that if I'm journaling one day and I remember what I did the day before, then I'll just add that journaling in there. If I don't remember, then it's just going to stay blank. And if I don't have like pictures or anything I can print out to fill in that space, it just stays blank. So these past few days have been Art Journaling the Magic, the fall retreat, and that's why I have some of James's stickers here. because they're tiny enough to fit there to represent that. So this Art Journaling the Magic retreat is all about fairies. So all the stickers I used were fairies. And then I think I have to put one here because this is the last day. So yeah, I just kind of want to pop on and show you my 5-year journal and how I've been keeping it, why I've been keeping it. Literally is all because of James. It's literally all because of James, but I've been really enjoying it. I've been really liking when I do remember to come in and just like jot down just a little thing of how I was feeling, like, you know, just what I did today, if I did something today. Let me see if there's one that doesn't have too much information. I will read an example of what I did. This one's perfect. August 27th, I wrote, I wanted to do more today, but I really didn't have the motivation. I also had no idea what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to film a video, but I didn't know what to film. So yeah, I'm in that sort of headspace right now. Because nothing happened that day, but that was just the thought that was in my mind. And so I just journaled it. And I'm kind of wondering how, like, I'm really wondering, like, when I go, like, this time, but next year, and, like, I will read what I wrote the previous year, and then I write my little entry for that year. Like, that's what I'm really excited about in terms of these types of journals, is just seeing where I was and where I am, you know, and then imagine what, like 4 years from now, writing 2026 and like seeing where you were. Like, that's what I'm really, really most excited about. Because again, I try to write these in the moment in the day. Sometimes I miss it, but it's okay. But there must have been a reason why I missed it, right? You know, a lot of these days, lately I've just been really busy. And so that's why they're kind of blank, because I just forget. And at night, it's just like, because I tend to do it in the evening. At night, it's just like, I'm tired. So, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on and show you my journal and how chunky it got. I will try to leave, if Typo still has this journal, I will leave the link in the description box down below. But yeah, my journal, it's so big, and I don't think I've made this cover properly, but you know what, it does come off like this. I literally can just go like this to this, and it'll come off. It's just double-sided tape, and so like I just have it in here because eventually it's going to live in this. It's just I guess I will fix the binding of it once it is almost full, because obviously as I add more pictures to each year, this part is going to get chunky, and so it's going to even out, you know, and then it'll be easier to gauge how the cover is supposed to sit within the journal, if that makes sense. But this is basically what I did. I just took chipboard and just made a cover. I covered it in fabric, and then this is like an antique doily that I got at the antique store in Albuquerque, and I just kind of put it over it just to make it look pretty. This was my second choice fabric for covering this journal. This was actually my first choice, but obviously my journal doesn't fit in here anymore, which is fine. I'm going to actually use this to make a journal out of, because I'm not going to throw this away. Look at this fabric, it's beautiful, and I can just put inserts in here and make a journal. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on. I didn't expect this video to be really long, and just show you my 5-year journal, what made me start a 5-year journal, why I'm excited to use it, and just how it's been going. I just love this. Honestly, I can't wait till all these years are filled up with different things, and I'm really giving myself the freedom to do a lot of tip-ins and stuff, because hey, it's already chunky, so might as well tip in and put photos and all kinds of stuff in here. And so I actually can't wait to start filling up like the next couple of years, and maybe filling up these things with something, I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. And I love how each month is a different washi tape. It just makes me so happy. I find that I reach for this journal when I want to journal a little tidbit about the day, more so than my little A5 journals that I've been keeping. And this is the current one that I've been keeping for the summer. And I know it's September, but I've only filled up one signature. So this is the one that I started in June after I came back from Tennessee. And I've only filled up the one signature so far. Yeah, this is the end of it. And I just journaled here beginning of September. And so I have all of this for September, because after September, I am archiving this journal and starting a brand new one for October. And I'm doing something special. I really want to share it, but I'm waiting until mid-September to share it. But it's going to be fun, and I really hope people are interested in it to just do it along with me, because I can use that extra accountability. But it's just it's a fun journaling thing. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish that little journal off for September, because then October's coming around. That's going to be a journal in itself. November will probably also be a journal in itself. And then December is December daily time. And I'm already thinking about what I'm doing for December daily, because I am a crazy person and start thinking about that in August. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and show you this lovely chunky journal. And yeah, I really just hope you found it interesting. And let me know if you're keeping a 5-year journal, because I know a couple of people do keep 5-year journals. I know James Luke Burke keeps one. Lynn's Love Life keeps one. I know February and June, Lydia also keeps one. I don't know where she is in it. But yeah, I love looking at people's 5-year journals, because I think it's just so cool, especially if they're like further into their 5-year, and just seeing like all the things that they put in it. You know, some people just write in it. Other people, like James, put stickers and drawings and photos and all kinds of stuff. And so that's where I want to go with it, you know? But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.